I've noticed a trend on YouTube where a lot of firefighters and paramedics and EMS agencies and first responders in general will do a day in the life video where you follow them around for a day, you see what it's like to work a day in their shoes. And I think they're pretty cool videos. And one of you guys just recently sent me this video of the Singapore Civil Defense Force. They're essentially the fire protection agency, rescue, emergency medical system for Singapore. So I wanted to watch this video. We'll follow around to Lieutenant Juan Tay, and I'll talk about some of the differences that I see between what they do and what we do here in the United States. Let's get started.
Lieutenant Juan Tay, I am the Fire Rescue Officer in Alexandra Fire Station, and as my name suggests, I'm from South Korea. I did my NS in Singapore, also in SCDF. I did 2 years as a Fire Rescue Specialist in Clementi Fire Station. After my NS, I was lucky enough to be given the MHA scholarship to further my studies in NUS. I studied mechanical engineering. After my studies, I completed the officer course, also known as the Rota Commander course. And right now, I'm back in Alexandra Fire Station as a fire rescue officer.
So it looks like this guy has a lot of formal education. Here in the United States, generally depending, it's going to vary state to state, but a lot of times what you'll need is a high school diploma, a fire certification, whether it be Firefighter 1 or Firefighter 2. In some volunteer departments, they'll even let you do a 36-hour volunteer course. If you live out west somewhere where you get a lot of wildland firefighters, you might have to take a wildland course. And usually you have to be some level of first responder, maybe an EMT, to get on an ambulance. This guy looks like he has a lot of education. He has a mechanical engineering degree. It sounds like he's already gone to an officer course and some other things. I'm not sure exactly how their education system's set up, but it's impressive how much education this guy does have just right off the bat.
There are many other vocations in SCDF, such as
Disaster Assistance Rescue Team that specializes in complex rescue operations. Marine Specialists that provide marine emergency coverage within Singapore waters. Hazardous Materials Specialists who respond to hazmat incidents involving chemical, biological, radiological and explosive agents. Emergency Medical Specialists who responds to medical emergencies in our ambulances to provide pre-hospital care.
and many other vocations.
So it's cool to see that over there they do it similar to the way we do it here. I don't know if over there they do these vocations are specific jobs. This is your full-time job to, I think they called it the DART team, Disaster Assistance Rescue Team. It looks like that's the equivalent of what we have here in the States as the tech team. If you're unfamiliar with the other specialties in fire and EMS and public safety, I actually did a video on that. I'll put that up there if you want to look into some of those. But here in the U.S., we obviously have hazmat teams. We have tech rescue teams. We have obviously EMS. A lot of fire departments are integrated with EMS. We have a lot of the same things that they have over there. We have dive teams. I'm sure some of the coastal departments have more marine specialty types of things, but it looks like we do a lot of the same things. We have a lot of the same side jobs or other specialties within public safety.
Today, I'll be sharing with you guys what happens in a day as a fire rescue officer in a fire station. Let's go!
Our rota shift today will start at 8 a.m. and end tomorrow at 8 a.m. We'll work for 24 hours and get 48 hours off. So there will be 3 different rotas covering this 72-hour shift. It's almost 8 o'clock, so let's go for our roll call.
So they obviously do the 24-48 like a lot of fire departments here do. We obviously have some other ones too, California Swing, 48-96. There's a ton of different variations here in the States of what your schedule might look like. The other thing I noticed that was interesting is it looks like they do roll call where they're fully suited up in their turnout gear. I don't know what you guys do at your station. I don't know of any fire departments around in my area. A lot of fire departments will do roll call in the morning. Some are a little more strict about it. Some are a little more laid back about it. But I've never seen a fire department that has their firefighters every morning line up, full turnout gear, walking around like that. I think it's kind of interesting. I guess it's a good idea in the sense of it, you get to check your gear because you have to put it on, make sure there's no holes, nothing happened to it. So Pretty interesting.
Morning, ma'am. Hey, come. Hello, this is Lieutenant Debbie from the other shift, and I'll be taking over today. Okay, see you. Have a good off.
Checking your pack, universal, have to do it every morning. Checking your tools, checking your trucks.
After checking our equipment at 9 a.m., we usually have morning drill, but today we'll be checking our hoses for our morning drill. This is to make sure that all our hoses are in working condition, make sure there are no holes, couplings are working. So you can see we lay out all the hoses and let the water through to check that they're all in order. Okay, we just finished.
So it sounds like that's their training. Most fire departments will do some sort of training evolution, whether it be on fire, EMS, rescue. Whoever the shift officer is usually has something planned out, or if your department has a training officer, they'll have things planned out for the different shifts over the course of the month or the year, or however they do it. Every place does it a little bit different. I thought it was interesting that they were checking hoses for their morning training. I guess it's a good idea. Maybe it's different around the country, but where I am, we do formal hose testing once a year where they have to be put under immense amounts of pressure. I don't remember exactly what the regulations are. They're written down somewhere. But we check all the hand lines. We check all the supply lines to make sure the hose doesn't burst. There's no leaks. The couplings work. It's not something we do every day. Rolling hose, when you unpack an entire truck full of hose, fill it, and then drain it, roll it, and then pack it again, that takes a long time. It actually takes a lot longer than people think, and personally, it sucks. I hate doing it. It's important, though. That's cool that they do this. I don't know how often they do this, but man, that would get old if you have to do that every single week.
Checking our equipment, and then we have enforcement and off survey scheduled this morning. So Jay, where are we going to do?
Okay, today we're gonna go to 3 Queensway.
Okay, let's go. Okay, so we are here at 3 Queensway, and we will be starting our enforcement and off survey. So Cik Iman, what are we meeting today?
Okay, so today we're gonna meet with Mr. Rifki. Mr. Rifki is the FSM for today, so we're gonna meet him now. Let's go.
Okay, we just ended our enforcement and off survey. So Cik Iman, what were we looking out for just now?
Okay, so basically we need to see the fire installations are in working order. So basically, these are the 3 examples: fire extinguisher, emergency light, and also ensure that there is no obstruction in the passageway or stairwells. So for this premise, it is a good one. There was no obstruction. Extinguisher was good, no expiry dates. So this is a good visit.
Okay, so we'll see you guys back in station.
So that looked like a formal fire inspection. I wonder if these guys, how they do it in Singapore, if everybody has to be a fire inspector, or if that's a special class and a special certification to become a fire inspector. But in the area where I work, we have fire inspectors. Some departments will do company inspections where the entire crew goes out and does an inspection of a business for that particular day. It's really good for crews and departments to do that because it not only familiarizes the business owner or whoever runs that facility with what's expected from the fire department, but it also gives the crew an opportunity to go through there, see the ins and outs, see where the hookups are, see where the connections are, point out some potential hazards, pre-plan. If you're unfamiliar with pre-plans, it's essentially exactly what it sounds like. You kind of plan out exactly if there was a fire at this building, how you're going to attack it. But it looks like more that this is a formal inspection as opposed to just a company walkthrough. But either way, I think it's kind of cool that they do this on a daily basis and they pick a different I'm assuming they pick a different place every day and they go around so they familiarize everyone with what's in the town.
Okay, so we just came back from enforcement and off survey from 3 Queensway. Just nice. It is our lunchtime and my food is back. Usually we will send 2 of our firefighters to go and buy food for all of us in the nearby hawker center or any food places. Today I got my favorite nasi sambal goreng from ABC Market. So I'll enjoy my lunch and see you guys later.
So I guess that's a little different. Every department does things a little different. Even every crew within each department probably does things a little different. But how we do it is in the morning, everybody will throw in $10 and one guy will go to the grocery store and do all the shopping. Usually guys are responsible for their own lunch. Maybe we'll make something together as a crew for breakfast and then everybody eats together at dinner. I think it's interesting that they just send guys out to go buy food. It doesn't, at least on this guy's crew, appear that they cook it together. But either way, different things.
Station 12. Turn out. PL 121.
Let's go, let's go.
Let's go.
Go. So that was weird. I've never seen a fire department where you have to get on an elevator and go downstairs to respond to a call. Kind of seems like a bad idea. I don't know why they do it like that, or maybe put the offices on the first floor. Because if you're responding to a call and something goes on with the elevator, elevators break all the time. You're kind of screwed. I don't know how you would get out the door fast enough if you're trapped in an elevator. So thought that was kind of weird.
Let's go!
So we just came back from the vehicle fire along the expressway. So what happens whenever there's an emergency call, be it a fire, rescue or medical? All of us must leave the station in 1 minute. So regardless of what you're doing, whether you're bathing, eating, you must rush down and get into our appliances and leave the station in 1 minute, and we must arrive at the scene within 8 minutes. So after putting out the fire, we will call our investigation team to come down and take some pictures, after which we will do a scene recovery and come back to station and do our fire report. So I have one fire report waiting for me upstairs. I'll see you guys later.
So it's also cool to see that that's a universal thing in firefighting and EMS. Everybody has to do reports. Not only in EMS do you have to do a patient report, but you have to do essentially an incident report that talks about where you went, what the call was for, things like that. That's probably good. A lot of places, a lot of the young firefighters don't realize that you have to do that for every call, whether it be a fire, rescue, EMS, anything like that. There's a lot of reports and a lot of reporting that goes on to the state and the national level.
It's finally 5 p.m, my favorite time of the shift, because it's time for our PT. I was doing my fire report halfway, so it's time for me to take a break, go to the gym. So this is our gym. You can see some weights. We also have the treadmill with a nice view. Okay, so yep, let's go for our PT.
Know that they ride or die.
Alone.
So I don't really want to watch that guy work out, but that might be the nicest fire department gym I've ever seen with the nicest view. This fire station so far, from what I've seen, is spotless. I know there's a lot of nice fire stations out there. There's a channel out there on YouTube, I can't remember what it's called right now, where he goes through different fire stations and different fire departments. But this one's beautiful. I mean, that view was awesome. It's almost like a hotel.
Because of COVID. Before COVID, we used to do PT together. Sometimes we play soccer, we play badminton, play captain's ball. So I hope that we can go back to normal again. It's time for me to go and bathe. And we're back to my office. Yeah, it's only 6:35 and we have about 1.5 hours. And since the dinner is not here yet, wow, so hungry. I'll be clearing a bit of my work, a bit of email before night lecture at 8. Yeah, so to work. Usually we have our dinner at 7 p.m. Night lecture at 8 p.m. But unfortunately we were turned out right before our dinner. So we're all very hungry. So right now I will quickly go up and wash up again and work on my 2 fire reports while having my late dinner.
So if you're new to firefighting or you're interested in getting into firefighting, this is something you need to pay attention to. This happens all the time, whether it be a fire, whether it be an EMS call, whether it be a rescue, whether it be just somebody calling the station and asking help with their smoke detector. You will get interrupted from eating. You will eat late dinners constantly. It's just part of the job. Just know that going into it.
So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning everyone. It's 5:30 a.m. almost to the end of our shift. Usually we will have morning drill from 6 to 8 a.m. But today we'll be going out for an outside drill at 3 Queensway so that both SCDF and the building owners will be familiarized when it comes to emergencies in their building. I'll see you guys there. Pier 121 to our center, proceeding to 3 Queensway for outside drill.
So it looks like they do a lot of training here, a lot more training than most departments I've seen. I'm not really sure what this training evolution is supposed to be. It looks like they're just spraying water at this guy up against the wall. Not really sure what that's supposed to teach, but it is cool that they do this much training. Like I said, I've never seen a department that trains this much. I've never heard of a department that wakes up 2 hours prior to them going off shift to do morning training after a full day of training and fires and responding to calls, but it's a lot of work.
Everyone, we've come to the end of our duty. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and goodbye.
All right, so that's the end of the video. It seems like they do a lot of things over there similar to what we do here. There's a few differences. A couple of things I don't really understand. The elevator. I don't understand why you would set up a fire department like that. But again, I don't know if that's out of necessity. Maybe they don't have the room, the facilities that are able to handle a place that big with everything on the first floor. But otherwise, it's cool to see how they do things in a different country. They do a lot of training. It looks like they have a lot of formal education coming into this. I'm not sure if that's just specifically because this guy's an officer or if every firefighter is like that or how you get started in Singapore or really anywhere else in the fire service. But anyways, hope you found that interesting and entertaining. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.